everyone, it's Nadia from YARNutopia. Today we are making this adorable little Ghost Amigurumi. This is so cute and just a lot of fun to make. In this tutorial I am going to be using a Red Heart Super Saver yarn in all white. You can use a little bit of black if you don't have googly eyes, but I think it's so fun to have googly eyes. It's just so cute and gives them character. Big thank you to Red Heart Yarns though for providing the yarn today. I'm just using plain white, but you can, make your ghost in any color you want, I guess, but ghosts are mainly just the white yarn color. Also, I am using, like I said, googly eyes, so you can grab some glue and glue on some silly googly eyes, or you can embroider plain black eyes if you want to. And for embroidering or sewing things together, you're going to need a yarn needle and some scissors to cut your yarn. In this tutorial today, I'm going to be using a G size hook, which is 4.25 millimeters or 4 millimeters. This hook I got from the Etsy shop Would Be Fancy. This is an ergonomic, hand-carved, wooden-handled hook. The hooks are fixed in there. A lot of people have questions if the hooks are removable. They are not, but these are super fabulous and really easy to use, especially if you crochet for long periods of time. I highly recommend these hooks for everybody. Also, you're going to need just a little bit of polyfill to stuff your little ghost here. So those are all the supplies you're going to need today. I am going to set up here and we will start and make this cute little ghost. Let's start out by making the body of the ghost. Actually, the body and the head are all one piece. So let's start out by making a slip knot. Put your short end over your long end, then fold this down over your long end and pull that through, and then pull tight. And there's your slip knot. Insert your hook and we can start. Let's start out by chaining 2. So yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. And in the second chain from the hook, we are going to put 6 single crochets. So go into that chain right there, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And that's a single crochet. So again, go back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 2. Here's 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now for this ghost, we are going to be we're going to be working in continuous rounds, and we're going to be putting our stitches in the back loops of each stitch around. So let me grab a stitch marker. I'm just going to grab a separate colored piece of yarn here. I just have a black piece of yarn here, so I'm just going to stick that in that spot right there to mark the rounds. And we are going to work in the back loops only. Now you can work into both loops if you prefer. So if we went in, we would go through both loops. Here's both loops. Here's both loops. But the loop that's furthest away from you back here, we are going to work in those loops. So actually going through here, in here, and here. Okay, so for round 2, we are going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So hop in this first stitch right here in the back loop only, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through 2. Go back into that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And there's 2 single crochets in that one stitch. So now we're going to go into the next stitch and put 2 single crochets in there, 1 and 2. And then just do that in each stitch around. At the end of round 2, you will have 12 single crochets. So I'm almost there. I'm just going a little bit faster here, but you can catch up and we'll go on to round 3. So for round 3, we are going to move our stitch marker up, and we are going to increase again. So for round 3, in here we're going to put 2 single crochets right in this first stitch, 1 and 2, and then in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 single crochet, 1, and then just repeat that sequence all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in the next, then 2 single crochets in the next, and then 1 single crochet in the next. And remember, back loops only, just like this. 1 and 2, and then 1. Okay, I'm almost back to the beginning here, so I'm just going to repeat the sequence for round 3, and I'll have my 18 stitches after this last stitch, and we can go on to round 4. Move that stitch marker up, and continuing to work in the back loops only, we are going to increase again. Let's put 2 single crochets in the first stitch here, 1 and 2, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 1. And just repeat that sequence all the way around. So put 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. At the end of round 4, you will have 24 single crochets. So I'm going to do that, and I'll meet you up for round 5. Alright, I just finished round 4. I have 24 single crochets around. Now moving up to round 5. Actually, rounds 5, 6, and 7. So 5, 6, 7. The next 3 rounds, we are just going to be putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So I am going to do that. You don't have to do anything, no increasing or decreasing yet. So just putting 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch around. And when I finish round 7, I'll meet you up. So rounds 5, 6, and 7, just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and when I finish round 7, I'll meet you up because we will be decreasing for the next round, round 8. Alright, I just finished round 7 here. So here's rounds 5, 6, and 7. I'm moving my stitch marker up, and going on to round 8, we are going to decrease now. So let's single crochet 2 together. So we're going to go into this first stitch right here in the back loop only, then yarn over and pull that through, and then go directly into the next stitch right here, and then yarn over and pull that through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And that's a single crochet 2 together stitch, or a single crochet decrease. Now we're just going to single crochet into the next 2 stitches, just a regular single crochet in this next stitch and in this next stitch. And now we're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. So single crochet 2 together, so go into this next stitch, yarn over, pull through, go into the next, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and then just put a regular single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So like I said, at the end of this round, we are going to have 18 single crochet stitches just by doing that decrease the 6 times. So do that all the way around, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to round 9. Alright, so we're coming in here pretty tightly. Now we're going to decrease again. So let's single crochet 2 together. Let me move my stitch marker up first here. There we go. Single crochet 2 together, like we did there, and then single crochet into the next stitch. Okay, just like that. So this is round 9. We are decreasing down to 12 stitches. So single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, and do that all the way around. Single crochet 2 together, single crochet in the next stitch. And actually, I'm almost done with this round. I'm more than halfway done already. So you can just continue watching, and we'll be able to go on to the next round. Actually, if you want to, you can stuff this part of the piece because it is kind of tight. So what I'm actually going to do after I finish this round, I'm just going to pull this loop up, and I'm going to grab some polyfill and just stuff this a little bit. So this is the head, if you couldn't tell already. This is the head part. And we decreased, that would be the neck area. So now we're going to increase again and get back up to make it a little chubby ghost. So let's make the body part now. We're going to increase back up to 18 stitches. So we want to move this stitch marker up, and basically just repeat round 3. So if you need to rewind this to see round 3, we're going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and repeat that sequence all the way around. I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you up for round 11. Alright, so you can start to see that this is going to get wider now. So going on to round 11, we're going to increase back up to 24 stitches. So basically just repeating round 4, we are going to move our stitch marker up, working in the back loops here. We're going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And just repeat that sequence all the way around. So 2 single crochets in the next stitch, and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So do that, and then I'll meet you up for round 12. Alright, now we're back up to 24 stitches around. So let's move our stitch marker up. For the next 4 rounds, rounds 12, 13, 14, and 15, all the next 4 rounds, we are just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, working in those back loops only. So go into this first stitch here and just put 1 single crochet. Just like that. For the next 4 rounds, I'm just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around, and when I finish round 15, I'll meet you up, because for round 16, we are going to decrease. Alright, just finished round 15 here. There's rounds 12, 13, 14, and 15. So now we can go on to round 16. We're going to move our stitch marker up. And now we're going to decrease. So basically repeating round 8. Here we're going to single crochet 2 together. Okay, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And just repeat that sequence all the way around. So single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And at the end of this round, you will have your 18 stitches left over. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you up for round 17. Alright, for round 17 and 18, I'm going to move my stitch marker up here. We're just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 2 rounds only. So just 2 rounds, working in the back loops only. I'm just going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch. So both rounds 17 and 18 are going to have 18 stitches around. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you up for round 19. Alright, just finished rounds 17 and 18, so going up to round 19, I'm going to move my stitch marker up here. Stretch this out, there we go. So for round 19, we are going to decrease down to 12 stitches, basically like what we did for round 9. So single crochet 2 together, and then single crochet in the next stitch. And if you need to, you can rewind this to see round 9, but I'm just going to do the same thing for round 19. So I'm just going to do that around, and then I'll have my 12 stitches, and we can go on to round 20. Before we go on to round 20, I'm going to move my loop up here, just like this, kind of stretch it out, and then remove my hook. And there's not much space left here, so I'm going to stuff this little piece now. So I'm going to grab some polyfill, and we're just going to stuff it into the body. Okay, and don't overstuff it, but stuff it enough so that it looks like a ghost. Okay, a little bit more here, and then we can go on to round 20. Now for rounds 20 and 21, they're just like how we did 17 and 18, round 17 and 18. So we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so I'm just going to put my hook back in this loop here, and I'm going to move my stitch marker up a row. Okay, and then for rounds 20 and 21, we are going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Now for these 2 rounds you will have 12 stitches on each of those rounds. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll meet you up and we'll go on to our last round, round 22. Alright, for our last round, if you need to, you can stuff this a little bit more, but I want my bottom to kind of squeeze together, so I stopped stuffing it, and you can kind of see I kind of moved it to the side too. So you can kind of manipulate this piece to look like a ghost, but what I'm going to do for round 22 is single crochet 2 together 6 times. So I'm going to move the stitch marker up so I can count better with that marked in the beginning of the round. So single crochet 2 together, there's 1, single crochet the next 2 together, there's 2, single crochet 2 together, there's 3, single crochet 2 together, there's 4. It's going to get really tight at this point here. 2 together is 5. And our last one here, single crochet 2 together. There's 6. Okay, now if you have a little bit of an opening left here, you can see there's a little bit of a hole. What you can do is either fasten this off and then sew that closed, or you can go into this next stitch right here and then go right across the way to the back loop of this next stitch right across there, just like that. So the first and the fourth stitch here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. So the first and the fourth stitch, go in to both of those, yarn over, pull through both of those stitches, and then yarn over and pull through both loops of on your hook. And you just single crochet those 2 together. Now you can chain 1 and cut your yarn and then pull that all the way through and pull it tight. You can remove your stitch marker at this point. We don't need that any longer. And you can stick your hook into the ghost anywhere, really. Go to the bottom here where we just fastened off and just hook on that little strand and just pull it into the inside of the ghost. Okay? And then you can kind of move this around kind of to the side here and move your stuffing around. Stretch it out so it kind of looks like a ghost. Awesome. Now we just need to get some arms on this little guy and some eyes, and we'll have our cute little piece. So let's grab some more white yarn and we'll get on to making the arms. Alright, for the arms we're going to start out with a slip knot. Okay, and then we are going to chain 2, so yarn over, pull through, 1 and 2. And basically just repeat round 1 of the main part of the ghost. So put 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, there you go, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, now we are going to be working in continuous rounds and in the back loops only, just like we did for the main part of the ghost. So I'm going to stick my stitch marker right in here. And for rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5, so the next 4 rounds, we are going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Okay, so no increasing on these arms, just putting 1 single crochet in each stitch around for the next 4 rounds. When I finish round 5, we'll be able to fasten off and go on to the next step. Alright, I just did rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So now we're going to go into the next stitch right here. And we're fastening off, so yarn over, pull through, and pull through the loop on your hook, and then chain 1. For this one we're going to cut our yarn sort of long for sewing, and then pull it all the way through that chain 1 and pull it tight to fasten that off. I'm going to remove my stitch marker here, and we have an arm. So now all you need to do, if you need to, rewind this video, otherwise just make another one of these little arms, and we are going to sew them onto our ghost. So I have one already done and sewn onto this little piece right here. So now we're going to just sew on this other one across the way on this side. So grab your yarn needle and yarn your needle with the long strand that we just cut, Okay, and then line it up. If you're working on the second one, make sure you line it up with your first one. Okay, and then just make sure it's on the same level and across the way. And you can work in these front loops here that are free and available, or you can just work through the stitches or through to the body, and that's fine too. So just went in a stitch, and we're just whip stitching this. So go back through. And you want to go through both layers of the arm just like that, and then through the stitch on the body. Make sure you pull on everything. Make it so it's secure and tight. There we go. And next stitch. Good, and next. Okay, then to fasten off, we're going to go around a couple of these stitches just like that, and then keep our finger in this loop, and then come back through that loop and remove our finger and then pull that tight. And you can do that once or twice and then just go into the body across the way here and just pull tight. So I lost my needle. There we go. And then cut any extra yarn, and there you have the arms attached. Perfect. So just do the same thing for your second arm. I already had mine attached, so I'm just going to do that, or you can just do that whenever. Okay, just like that. So now we have our arms attached. Now you can either glue on googly eyes, which is what I'm going to do, or you can embroider little black eyes. So I have a little bit of tacky glue on the back of my eyes here, and I'm just going to position them wherever I want, right in the front here. Good. And my other googly eye, just gonna, ooh, glue is messy. Okay, and just stick that on there, let that dry, and you have your little ghost. How cute is that? Oh, googly eyes are so fun. You can also embroider a little smiley face if you want to have a happy ghost. But there you have it. Our little ghost amigurumi is complete. Thank you so much for watching and learning how to make this little ghost. That was a lot of fun to make, and it's really super simple. So if you make this, make sure to share your photos on social media. If you share it on Instagram, be sure to hashtag YARNutopia so I can see your cute little ghosts. And you can follow me on Facebook as well and share it on the wall. I'd love to see your little projects. So make sure you do that. And thanks to Red Heart Yarns for providing the yarn for this project. Thanks to my dad back there for filming and editing this tutorial. And big thank you to you for watching every time we crochet together. I love it. So until next time, happy hooking!